The National Broadcasting Company presents Joel McCrea in Tales of the Texas Rangers. Tonight, transcribed from Hollywood, another authentic reenactment of a case from the files of the Texas Rangers. Tales of the Texas Rangers, starring Joel McCrea as Ranger Jace Pearson. Texas, more than 260,000 square miles. And 50 men who make up the most famous and oldest law enforcement body in North America. Now, from the files of the Texas Rangers come these stories based on fact. Only names, dates, and places are fictitious for obvious reasons. The events themselves are a matter of record. Case for tonight, Soft Touch.
It is 11 a.m. on a Sunday in August 1949. A blue sedan comes to a stop in front of a ranch house 30 miles from the town of Salt Flats, Texas.
Come on, kids. This is Grandma's house.
Shh, Bill. Let them sleep. We started so early, they're tired.
Well, we can't leave them in the car.
If we wake them up now, they'll never finish their naps. We'll bring them in a few minutes.
Okay. Getting up at 4 a.m. was kind of early, even for them, huh? Hey, look. Pa's painted the windmill.
Oh, Bill, I love this place. I wish we didn't live so far away.
Yeah.
We don't get here often enough.
Hey, wonder where the folks are. They usually stand in the middle of the road waiting for us when they know we're bringing the kids for a visit.
The door's open. Your mother's probably in the kitchen cooking enough food for a dozen.
Yeah. Don't smell anything cooking. Ma? Pa? You home?
Maybe they're still at church, Bill.
No, they're always back by 10 o'clock. The garage door was closed, too. Pa always leaves it open when he's got the car out.
Oh, then they must be in back someplace.
Yeah. Hey, Ma? Pa, where are you?
I've never known your mother to be any place but in the kitchen, Bill.
Yeah, but she doesn't hear so well anymore. Let's take a look. Ma? Nobody here, Judy.
Bill, what's that spilled on the floor at the door to the pantry?
Huh? Hey, Judy, it looks like blood.
Oh, Bill.
Ma! Pa! Oh, good Lord. Mom, it's dead.
Oh, Bill, honey, come away. Come away.
The brutal murder of the rancher and his wife was reported. Texas Ranger Jace Pearson was notified by shortwave radio. He reached the ranch house less than 1 hour after the bodies were discovered.
I'm sorry to have to ask questions at a time like this, Mr. Ross.
It's all right. My kids are asleep in the car, though. Mind if my wife takes them into town?
I won't leave you here, Bill.
Please, honey, I'll be all right. I don't want the kids to come in here or even know about this.
Might be best, ma'am.
I'll meet you at the hotel later.
All right, honey.
Better tell me anything you know, Mr. Ross.
Yeah. Well, we drove out from Fort Worth this morning. That's my home now. I'm a commercial artist. This is the first time we've been here in 5 months.
Hello, Sheriff.
Howdy, Ranger. Your wife told us to come right in, Bill. I sure am sorry.
Yeah, it's...
Might have known something was wrong when I didn't see your folks at services this morning. They never did miss.
You better go on with what you were telling me, Mr. Ross.
With nothing else to tell. Judy noticed the blood in the kitchen by the pantry door.
Okay. Better take a look at him, Sheriff.
All right.
Just one thing more, Mr. Ross. Your parents have any enemies you know of?
No.
Jed and Martha Ross never made an enemy in their whole lives, Ranger.
Say, You don't want me to go in there with you, do you?
No, it won't be necessary. Just take it easy.
Kitchen's here. They took a pretty cruel beating, Ranger.
Yeah. No sign of a weapon, though. Here, help me move the old man's body a little, will you?
Get easy here. Here.
A lot of heavy welts, but beaten to death and then put in here. Blood comes mostly from hemorrhaging, though, not so much from cuts.
You'd think a weapon would have cut him up more than that. Unless it was wrapped in something.
Only one other thing I can think of. Bare fists.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's this?
Let me see. Well, just a little hunk of paper.
Yeah, crumpled, too. Piece of a larger sheet. Rest of it must have been torn away. It feels like a good grade of letterhead paper.
Mean anything to you?
If we find the rest of the paper this came from, no. But if we don't, it could mean plenty.
Like what?
And the way this is crumpled might have been part of something the old man was hanging on to, and somebody tried to get it away from him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send this into our lab at Austin.
Looks like this happened sometime last night.
That's something we'll know when we get an autopsy report. Called to have the bodies and the piece of paper picked up. Then we checked around the outside of the house. The gravel road wouldn't hold a car track. But behind the house, we found marks where a horse had been tied. I got charcoal out of the trailer, and the sheriff got a horse from the ranch barn.
You went right toward the southeast quarter. Ross has 200 acres and cotton down there.
Yeah, I see it.
Might have ridden over there yesterday on one of his own horses.
No. Horse that made this trail wasn't one of Ross's. Pony we're following has a spread hoof. Whoa. Look. See the marks? There's a bar across the frog on the right forefoot.
Yeah. Wondered why you were checking the shoes on the horses back there in the barn.
Yeah, that's why. Oh, boy. Who owns the adjoining place? Other side of the cotton.
Big Chuck Whitaker.
Now, let's get moving. I want to have a talk with this Big Chuck Whitaker. Come on, Chuck.
Here, boy.
Yeah, I was over there yesterday afternoon, but I didn't kill nobody.
Well, that's very interesting, Mr. Whitaker, because we didn't tell you anything about anybody being killed.
I know you didn't, Ranger. My phone happens to be on the same party line as the Ross Ranch. I heard their son Bill call when he found him this morning.
You make a habit of listening in?
I had a call to make. I picked up the phone I heard. Couldn't help it. Now, if you're through asking questions, I'd like to go back to mending this harness.
That can wait, Chuck.
You're not exactly broken up about losing your neighbors.
Ranger, I got troubles enough of my own.
Why did you go to Ross's yesterday? What time were you there?
In the evening, just before sundown. Ross was fixing to have some crop dusting done again. I wanted to talk to him about it.
Oh, about doing the job for him?
No, Ranger, the crop dusting plane comes down from Salt Flats.
Oh, go ahead, Whitaker.
Yeah, the last time Ross dusted a spray he carried over on my place. Some of my cattle watered down near that cotton. Made them sick.
Yeah, Ross say he'd watch out for it?
Yeah.
And that was all?
That was all. And I come home.
All right, Whitaker. Come on, Sheriff.
Hold on, Chuck.
Yeah.
Easy, boy. Here. Here.
Hey, wait a minute.
Ooh, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck?
Yeah, I just thought of something. When I left Ross's place just before dark, a car drove up as I came around the house.
Who was in it?
Man, that's all I know.
You didn't see his face?
No. Only thing that makes me think of it was something I noticed. Car wasn't from around here.
Oh, how do you know?
Well, they had one of them fancy frames around the license plate. You know the things I mean. That got the name of the town stamped on it.
Did you notice the stamp?
Yeah. Car was from San Antone.
San Antone, huh? Thanks.
Yeah.
Let's go, Sheriff. Get up, Chuck.
Hip. Good thing he noticed that car and remembered it. Might be a big help.
Yeah. Might be a big lie, too. That man's hard.
He just acts hard, Ranger. Kind of sour since his wife ran off with one of his cowhands a few years back. But he don't need no harm.
Maybe not.
He makes a bad impression. He's liable to send more flowers to Ross' funeral than most anybody around.
I've known killers to do that before, too. We checked other ranchers in the area, but we didn't get any information until next morning at the sheriff's office.
Morning, Jace. Heard anything from your headquarters yet?
No, waiting for him to call me now. And what's that, the autopsy report?
Yeah. Medical examiner seems to agree with your idea. Death might have been caused by a beating with fists.
Pretty thorough job of beating. You read this?
Yeah.
Old woman died of a broken neck. Struck right at the base of the brain. Rabbit punch.
Yeah. Old man Ross hemorrhaged to death, like you said.
Broken jaw, broken nose, ribs smashed in under the heart. Vessels ruptured from being beaten on the kidneys and in the solar plexus.
I'd like to get my hands on anybody who'd do that.
If you did get your hands on him, you'd have your hands full. Whoever did it was big, and he could hit. Plenty hard and in just the right spots.
You still got Chuck Whitaker on your mind?
Only because he fits the bill in a few ways.
Never hurt nobody before.
No, but he's a bitter man. That kind can...
Excuse me. Hello? Yes, he's here. Yeah. For you, Jace. Captain Stinson calling long distance.
Thanks. Hello, Cap.
Hello, Jace. Just got a report on the scrap of paper you sent in. Special type. The paper stock indicates the original sheet was a letterhead printed in the government printing office at Washington.
You know which bureau?
No, but we're checking.
Try and find out if any department there has had any correspondence with Jed Ross recently.
That's what we're doing. But don't expect anything in a hurry.
I won't.
Bye, Jace.
Bye, Captain.
You find out where the paper come from?
Yeah, some government office in Washington. You been checking on that car from San Antone?
One Whitaker told us about? Yeah. Nobody I found saw it. How about you?
Nobody. Seems like the only one did see it was Chuck Whitaker.
I hate to admit it, Jace, but it's beginning to look that way.
Let's get our horses. I want to see Whitaker again.
When you've known a man all your life, you hate to think he's a murderer. On the other hand, you hate to see a neighbor get killed, too.
Whitaker's telling the truth. He's got nothing to worry about.
I feel mighty sorry for young Bill Ross. He was all busted up at the funeral parlor. Tough for him to take it alone, but he made his wife and kids go back to Fort Worth.
He the only child?
Bill? Yeah. Only one living, that is. Had a sister, Joan. Nice a girl as you'd ever see.
What happened to her?
She was a Navy nurse. Got killed in the Solomon Islands during the war. Ross has sure had that sheriff trouble, all right.
Kind of trouble somebody ought to pay for.
Hey, look. There's Whitaker now on a pony coming toward us. Just rode out of the gully.
Yeah. Get up, Chuck.
Up, boy. Oh,
boy. You're coming back to see me, huh?
That's right, Whitaker.
You think I've been lying to you, don't you, Ranger?
Now, take it easy, Chuck.
Get one thing straight, Whitaker. I got nothing against you or any man, not personally. But I do intend to find the man who killed your neighbors.
Well, then you can stop looking around my place. Sheriff, I rode out to meet you because your office called. You both wanted back in town.
Why?
Because I ain't blind and I ain't lying. One of the sheriff's deputies has found somebody else who saw that car from San Antone.
You are listening to Tales of the Texas Rangers, starring Joel McCrea as Ranger Jace Pearson. And now we continue with tonight's case, Soft Touch.
We went back to town and from there to a roadside cafe about 15 miles out the state highway.
Yeah, I sure did see the car, like I told the deputy. It had that thingamajig on the license plate. Noticed it when I give him some gas.
Are you sure it was on Saturday, huh?
It sure was. About 5 o'clock, I'd say.
I guess there's not much traffic from San Antone comes through here, does it, Sheriff?
Nope, we're off the main U.S. highways. Anybody coming down here on a state road would have to have some business around here someplace.
You remember the man in the car?
No, I sure do. After I give him the gas, he'd come in for some coffee.
Can you describe him?
Oh, well, 3 days ago, but he's better than 6 feet, maybe 200 pounds. Then, of course, there was his face.
What was wrong with it?
Well, Sheriff, his face looked like he tried to bulldog a steer on rocky ground and lost. It sure was scarred up.
He bleeding any place?
Oh, no, Ranger. I didn't mean fresh scarred. Reckon he's looked that way for a long time.
And when he left here, you drive on toward Salt Flats?
He sure did. Wasn't nobody else in here when he stopped or when he left, so I didn't have nothing much to do, and I was watching when he drove off.
He was going in the direction of the Ross Ranch, all right.
Yeah. But who was he?
That's what I'm going to find out, if I can. Bill Ross said he's a commercial artist, didn't he?
Yeah, why?
Because I want to bring him out here, get a detailed description of that face, and see if Ross can draw something that comes close to it. We sent for Bill Ross, but before he joined us at the sheriff's office, something else turned up. A long-distance call from Captain Stinson.
We found out what that letter from Washington might have been, Jace.
Good, Captain. Let's have it.
Well, it might have been from the Veterans Administration. Answer to a letter Jed Ross wrote asking if they had any record of a United States Marine named Herbert Walsh.
What else?
Well, for some reason, Ross wanted to know if there really had been a Herbert Walsh in the Corps, and especially if he'd been wounded and hospitalized in the Solomon Islands. The piece of paper you sent in might have come from the answer the Vets Administration sent to Ross.
What was the answer?
There's no record of a Herbert Walsh, Jace. Does it fit anything?
I don't know, Captain. But the Rosses lost a daughter in the Solomons, a Navy nurse. Bill Ross just came in with the sheriff. I'll get on it. Bye.
Bye, Jace.
Ross, does the name Herbert Walsh ring a bell with you?
Yes. Yes, Ranger, it does. My father told me about him in a letter 2 months ago.
You know who he is?
No, I never saw him. Folks wrote that he stopped by the ranch and told him my sister had taken care of him in Solomons before she got killed.
Is that all?
No. According to my father's letter, Walsh gave my folks the idea that he and my sister had been very close.
Had your sister ever mentioned him in letters to your folks when she was overseas?
Well, they couldn't remember, but we were awful fond of my kid sister, Ranger. Anybody who'd known her would have found an open door with my folks.
Somebody found one, all right. 2 open.
What do you mean?
There isn't any Herbert Walsh.
What? But my pa gave him some money.
When? Did he write to you about that?
No, but I've just been going over my father's affairs. In the past 2 months, he loaned Walsh several $100s. I have the canceled checks.
Where are the checks?
At the lawyer's office on the corner.
I want to see where those checks were cashed. Come on.
Jace, you figure this Walsh is a phony working the old war buddy racket?
Of course he is. But with a new angle. A dead girl.
What do you mean?
I mean that families of servicemen and women open their hearts too easily to strangers they think might have been close to somebody they loved.
You mean Walsh killed my family?
Your father must have suspected him. He wrote to Washington and found out Walsh had never been in the Solomons or the Marines. And when Walsh came the last time, your father called his hand with a letter he'd gotten from the VA.
Here's the building where the lawyer is.
Here are the checks, Ranger. 4 of them, total of $600.
Endorsed by Walsh. Cashed for him by merchants in San Antone.
That car came from San Antone, Jace. That sure fits.
It sure does. Let's get out to that cafe and get that sketch drawn up.
No, it weren't quite like that around the eyes. There was marks around the eyebrows.
She means scar tissue.
Oh. See, eyes deeper set then. Like this?
Oh. Yeah, sure were. The nose didn't come out so far. Had a kind of a dent in the middle.
Here. Like that?
Hey, that's fine. That's real good.
If somebody knew the man, would they recognize him from that?
They sure would. That's almost a spitting image, I'd say.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
You're sure welcome.
I'll take that bill. Thanks again.
Come back.
Well, he ain't the prettiest fellow I ever saw.
I don't know. My folks said that, too. But Walsh told him he'd been in a Jap prison camp, been treated bad.
Walsh was lying, if Walsh is his real name.
Must have got beat up someplace, Jace.
Yeah, and I've got a hunch I know where.
What do you think?
In a prize ring. The man who killed your folks was a professional fighter.
You figuring that just because of his face?
And one other thing. Don't forget that autopsy report, Sheriff.
That's right. Well, you remarked right then that the fellow who threw those punches knew what he was doing.
I'd sure like to get my hands on him. 2 old people and getting at him through my kid sister.
Don't think about your own revenge. The law will take care of that.
Yeah. But no law can bring them back to life.
I'll drop you at the office, Bill. You and the sheriff. I'll be in touch with you later.
Where are you going, Jace?
Out of your territory. San Antone.
All right, come on, Chris. Throw that 1-2 faster. Faster. Come on, roll with it. That's it.
Oh, now, let me see, Ranger. Well, I've seen that face before, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, been some time, but he used to train here, all right. Heavyweight. Wait a minute. Hey, Pop, come here.
Oh, come here, Mike.
Pop is the world's oldest fight fan, knows every fighter in his record for the past 50 years. Maybe he can tell you something.
Yeah. You know, what can I do for you?
You know a man who looks like this?
Yeah, I've seen him before.
His name Walsh?
Walsh, nothing. That's Eddie Pola. I never did amount to anything. Had a punch like a bull ox, but no science. Wide open for a left hook. Had 31 fights and ended up...
fine, Pop. Hold on. Ranger, you don't care about all that.
The main thing I want to know is, when did you see him last?
Oh, 6, 7 years ago.
Well, that long ago?
Oh, ain't long enough to suit me. Pola never should have been allowed in the ring. He wasn't the kind of fighter that loved the sport. He liked to hit men to ruin them, that's what.
And you have no idea where I might find him?
Well...
Not me, Pop.
No.
Well, thanks for your help.
Yeah, you're welcome, stranger.
Well, sure. Glad to help, Ranger.
Hey, wait a minute, Ranger.
Yeah?
I just remembered. There was a gal Pola used to hang out with. Name was, Dolly Richards. She might know where he is.
Well, you know where I might find her?
Well, she used to work in the box office of the Empire Theater. That's all I know.
Thanks. I'll try it.
You planning to arrest Eddie Pola?
That's my plan, all right. Why?
Well, don't surprise me none, you understand, but let me give you some advice.
Go ahead.
Watch yourself in the clinches if you find him, Ranger. He's tougher than 9 miles on paved road. He's bad medicine. And he won't be fighting by the rule books if he knows you want him.
Thanks, Pop. I'll be careful.
Yeah, being careful ain't enough. Get off first. Remember, he's a sucker for a left hook. If he gets a chance to hit you good, he won't stop till he kills you.
I checked the Empire Theater for Pola's girl, Dolly Richards, but she hadn't been seen for years. I put through a call to headquarters asking them to check auto registration for one in Pola's name. It was late afternoon when Captain Stinson got back to me by phone.
The car he was using must have been stolen, Jace. There's nothing registered in that name.
You checking for a criminal record on him?
Yeah, but there's nothing in this state. We're checking with other states, though. I just sent teletypes off.
I'll have to wait a while then.
Nothing else you can do, Jace. So long.
Hey, wait a minute, Captain.
What?
Take one more crack at the License Bureau in Austin. See if they have a car registered to Dolly Richards.
Dolly Richards? Well, who's she, Jace? Pola's girlfriend?
She was. Let's hope the torch is still burning. I didn't move from the phone until the captain called back. This time he had something.
Here it is, Jace. Car registered to Dolly Richards. Texas license T49753. Her address is RFD number 4 on Farm Highway 73. It's a turnoff north of Tilden.
Well, that doesn't sound right to me, Captain. Car I want had San Antone marked on the license plate frame.
That's still all right, Jace. Dolly Richards bought the car 6 months ago from a San Antone dealer. Frame might have been on there.
That's better. Any out-of-state record on Pola?
Not yet. You want to wait another hour or so?
No. You can give me word by short wave. I'm heading toward Tilden.
KTXA to Unit 10.
Unit 10. Go ahead, KTXA.
Report on subject Eddie Pola. Served 3 years Leavenworth, impersonating Army officer and using mails to defraud. 1 year Oklahoma State Penitentiary for fraud. 1 year Louisiana assault.
10-4, Unit 10, clear.
KDXA Austin.
I took the turnoff north of Tilden, headed for the sprawling country ribboned by Farm Highway 73. It was midnight when my headlights picked out the mailbox and the name D. Richard. I left the car on the road and slipped up to the house. It was dark. I knocked.
All right, Eddie, all right. Don't blow your top. Not a tired kitty.
Pola isn't home, huh?
Pola? I don't know anybody with that name.
You can save the static, lady. Where was he last Saturday night?
He was right here with me.
During the late afternoon and evening?
You heard her, Ranger.
Oh, Eddie, I didn't know you was in. He knocked, and I thought you'd forgot your key.
All right,
again, so
Dolly, shut up. Like we said, Ranger, I was here last Saturday.
I know somebody who says you weren't. Described you well enough for this to be drawn. Good likeness, too, Pola.
I was here. What are you going to prove with the drawing?
I'm not going to prove anything with the drawing. But I'm going to have an eyewitness prove that you were near Salt Flat Saturday when Jed and Martha Ross were murdered.
Murdered?
Shut up, Dolly.
Forget to tell her about that part of it, eh, Pola? Maybe you forgot to tell her about the checks to Herbert Walsh, the Marine the VA never heard of. Where's that letter you ripped out of the old man's hand?
All right, Ranger, I'll show you. Come in. Yeah, it's over here, and...
The old boy at San Antone, Jim, told me you were open for a left hook, Pola. Now, don't try that again. Get on your feet and turn around. You too, miss.
Why me?
So I can cuff you together.
What are you taking me for?
For harboring a murderer. And to give you a chance to decide whether you want to stick to your story or tell the truth. All right, move.
Dolly Richards turned state's evidence against Eddie Pola. Pola was tried, convicted, and sentenced to death in the electric chair.
And now here again is the star of our show, Joel McCrea.
Many years ago, a group of Texas Rangers had a showdown battle with a notorious band of killers. Several days later, the Rangers assigned to the case staggered back to their headquarters, showing the marks of combat, many of them badly wounded. The captain of the company, too impatient to wait for a written report, went to the barracks where the men were cleaning up and tending to their wounds. What happened, the captain asked. There was silence for a moment as the Rangers looked up at him. Finally, one of them said, "Oh, nothing much, Cap. We had a little shooting match, and they lost. Good night, folks. See you again same time next week."
Next week, Joel McCrea in another authentic reenactment of a case from the files of the Texas Rangers. Joel McCrea is currently seen starring in the Universal International Technicolor production Saddle Tramp. Tonight's cast included Tony Barrett, Paul Frees, Mike Barrett, Tom Tully, Bill Johnstone, Byron Kane, and Virginia Gregg. This story was transcribed and adapted by Joel Murcott, and the program was produced and directed by Stacy Keach. This is Hal Gibney speaking.
Three chimes mean good times on NBC. The chimes are really excited about a big show. In fact, it's the big show. An hour and a half every Sunday with Tallulah Bankhead as Fem C, and starring Jimmy Durante, Fred Allen, Jack Carson, Groucho Marx, Jose Ferrer, Meredith Wilson, and many, many more. All this and Tallulah, too. No wonder it's the big show. The premiere date is Sunday, November 5th, just 1 week from today.
Phil Harris reminding you that next it's Theater Guild on NBC.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Joel McCrea in Tales of the Texas Rangers. Tonight, transcribed from Hollywood, another authentic reenactment of a case from the files of the Texas Rangers. Tales of the Texas Rangers, starring Joel McCrea as Ranger Jace Pearson. Texas, more than 260,000 square miles, and 50 men who make up the most famous and oldest law enforcement body in North America. Now, from the files of the Texas Rangers come these stories based on fact. Only names, dates, and places are fictitious for obvious reasons. The events themselves are a matter of record. Case for tonight, dead giveaway.
It is 1:30 a.m., December 4th, 1945. A single light glows in the living room of a farmhouse 4 miles from the town of Ashton in West Texas. Inside the house, a frantic young woman tries to place a telephone call.
Operator. Oh, please.
Operator.
Thank you. Operator, get me the sheriff, quickly.
Is that you, Mrs. Deneen?
Yes, hurry.
Oh, this is Mary Lou, Mrs. Deneen. I'm working nights now. Is something
Mary Lou,
wrong?
stop talking and get me the sheriff.
Oh, all right.
Sheriff Ross speaking.
Sheriff, this is Mrs. Deneen. You've got to come out to my house right away. Right away.
Now, take it easy, Mrs. Deneen. What seems to be wrong?
Somebody's prowling around outside, trying to get into the house.
Isn't your husband there?
No, he went to Abilene on business. Something woke me up, and I thought at first it was the baby. And then I heard a noise outside.
Mrs. Deneen, what is it?
Somebody came in.
I'll be right there.
Who are you? What do you want? Please!
It took Sheriff Ross less than 15 minutes to get to the Deneen farm. But Mrs. Deneen and her 4-month-old baby were dead when he arrived. The sheriff called for the assistance of the Texas Rangers. Ranger Jace Pearson was assigned.
Jace Pearson? Yeah, Sheriff. You got here right quick.
Yeah, I was over the next county when your call came through.
Well, I hope you got a little sleep, because you won't get much now. Better come in out of this cold.
How long ago did it happen?
About a half hour ago, 1:30. Miss Deneen called me, woke me up at home, said somebody was trying to bust in. Right in here, Jace.
Shot right through the chest, huh?
Yeah.
She leave the phone hanging off the hook like that?
Reckon so. Whoever broke in, they broke in just before I hung up. Nothing's been touched, Jace.
I know. I had a time getting past your deputies down the main road.
The phone operator's been buzzing everybody. We don't want half the county barging in here messing things up, so I blocked them all.
Good. Where's the baby?
In there, the front bedroom. You can look if you want to, Jace. It's a little more than I can take twice.
How old?
Only 4 months, Jace. Little girl.
Where'd he break in?
Side door, I'll show you.
Where's the husband?
Abilene, on business. I called the chief of police there. He's going to check the hotels and notify him. Now, here's the door. It was wide open. That's how I got in to open the front door.
Lock doesn't seem to be broken. Must have been picked. Deneens keep much money around the house?
As little or as much as most folks, I guess. But I don't think any's missing. There's Miss Deneen's purse on the kitchen table.
Killer couldn't have missed that. You check it?
Yeah, about $40 in it. It hasn't been touched.
Motive wasn't robbery then, Sheriff.
No. There's no sign of any other motive. But there's got to be one, Jace.
Yeah. The toughest motive of all. Because it's the easiest hidden. Hate. The kind of hate the devil wouldn't hold. We went through the rest of the house, but we didn't find anything that would help us until we got outside.
It's cold tonight, Jace. Ground's frozen hard.
Yeah, if we find a trace, it won't be much. Keep your flash close to the ground.
All right. Why are you working back of the house here, away from the driveway?
Because I think the killer came in from this direction, probably on foot.
Why?
Why, you said Mrs. Deneen told you she woke up when she heard somebody prowling around outside.
Yeah?
A horse or a car coming up the gravel road around front would have made even more noise. Woke her up sooner.
Say, that's right. I heard your car coming from quite a ways off. That's why I was standing out in front to meet you when you drove up.
Wait a minute.
What is it, Jace?
Piece of baling wire. Bent in the shape of a key.
Well, that must about be what he used to get in.
Maybe. Or maybe that's what somebody wants us to think. Let's take another look at that door.
Yeah. What makes you think the wire was planted there, Jace?
I'll tell you better when we try it in the lock.
Well, it beats me why a killer'd leave something deliberately.
That's what makes me think something's wrong. This wouldn't have been dropped so close to the house. And grab the door and hold it up high. You don't want to mess up any prints around the lock.
You got it.
Now, let's see how this wire fits.
Yeah. Goes in perfect, Jace.
Yeah. Watch when I turn it.
Yeah. Hey, wire's just twisting.
And it'll keep on twisting. This wire isn't strong enough to turn the tumbler in the lock.
Then how did the killer get in, Jace?
If you ask me, Sheriff, I think he had a regular key. I put in a call for a fingerprint crew, and the sheriff called to have the bodies picked up for autopsy. Then we went outside and started trailing again. We found a few directional traces, but they petered out in the darkness.
Can't see anything at night on this ground, Jace.
Try cutting back and forth a little further.
Yeah, all right.
Man we're following was weaving, trying to throw us off.
It just makes it tougher to track.
He's got to be headed for someplace, some definite direction. We might as well establish which direction.
Yeah. Guess there's nothing much we can do except this until we have some daylight.
Save us an hour in the morning. Then we can track on horses without wasting time finding out which way to go. By sunup, we knew the killer's general direction had been west. The sheriff got his horse from town. I unloaded charcoal from the trailer, and we rode.
He kept heading west, all right. But there's nothing out this way for miles once he got into those hills up ahead.
Any kind of a road between here and the hills?
Yeah, old wagon road just beyond the scrub on the rise we're coming to.
Does it connect with a state road?
It does, but nobody uses it.
Maybe somebody did. Is it in good enough condition for a car to run through?
Reckon it is. You figure he had a car waiting for him?
Had to have a car or a horse staked out someplace. Come on. Let's make right for the road.
Hey,
Get up.
Yeah.
Wagon road lead to any other farm in the area?
Used to lead to the old Mullen place, but that's burned out.
Nobody living there anymore, huh?
No, old folks dead. Young Ted Mullen moved away a couple of years ago. Oh, here's the road. Oh, boy.
Ooh, charcoal. Headed pretty straight last tracks we saw. Must have reached the road right near here.
Yeah, we'll find some mark if he crossed it and kept going.
Well, he didn't keep going. Look.
Tire track. Had a car staked out all right.
Turned the car around here to head back for the highway.
Could have been somebody else waiting in the car for him.
Maybe, but I don't think so. Yeah, look at the heel marks. Walked around to the driver's side of the car to get in.
Yeah.
And there's something else here, too. Dropped this cigarette butt and stepped on it.
Yeah. Sure didn't smoke much of it.
Didn't even burn down to the brand mark. Well, at least we know what brand he smokes.
About all we do know, Jace. Won't be anything to follow at the main road. He sure won't leave a trail there.
No. Mount up. Let's get back to the house. We rode back to Deneen's. As we came to the farm, we saw a couple of cars that hadn't been there when we left. Looks like company, Sheriff. The car next to mine belongs to our lab. The others must be the coroner's.
Oh, coroner ought to have been and gone by now. Nope, no, that isn't the coroner's car, Jace. Blue sedan, that belongs to Walter Deneen.
The husband?
Yeah, must have got back from Abilene. Yeah, it's Deneen, all right. There he is, sitting on the side porch.
Walter Deneen sat with his face buried in his hands until we dismounted and walked up to him. The lab crew was in the house looking for latent prints.
Howdy, Walter.
Oh. Howdy, Sheriff.
Walter, I can't tell you how...
Don't say anything, please. Ask me anything you like, but I don't want anybody else telling me how sorry they are.
You better let me talk to him, Sheriff.
Sure, Jace.
Mr. Deneen, it'd help us a lot to know one thing. You or your family have any enemies?
Enemies? Could there be an enemy as bad as this?
We know the house wasn't robbed. Have you ever had any trouble with anybody, no matter how small it seemed? Now's the time to remember it.
If there was anybody, I wouldn't tell you. I'd take care of it myself.
That's no way to be, Walter.
Don't go telling me how to act, Sheriff. You didn't come home to your house 10 minutes ago. You didn't find your wife and kids the way I found mine.
Mr. Deneen, why don't you try to get a little rest? We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, okay.
Anything I can do, Walter, just holler.
Yeah.
You been able to think of anybody who might have had it in for him?
Not a soul, Jace. Unless it was Ted Mullen.
The one you told me about? Family that was burned out?
Yeah. But, Jace, that was 5 years ago.
But sometimes hate doesn't die with age. What happened?
Well, old folks just got to brooding and died off after their house burned. Young Ted blamed Walter.
Why?
Windmill at the Mullen place was busted. They tried to borrow from Walter to get it fixed, but he turned them down. Ted said if the mill had been working, it would have pumped enough water for him to put the fire out.
Young Mullen the kind to hold a grudge?
Well, after 5 years, Jace. And he moved out a long time ago.
Where?
Who knows?
Come on. I'll call my headquarters by radio. Maybe they can get a line on Mullen.
All right.
If they find out where he is, it won't do any harm to check on where he was last night.
It won't hurt any. But I can't believe that a man after...
Hey, hold it, Sheriff.
Well, that's only Walter's car, Jace. What are you looking at?
The design of the tire tread. Look at him.
Oh, that may be.
It's the same design we saw in the dirt road where the killer picked up a car to make his getaway.
But, Jace, that was hard ground. Could barely see the tread. And tires like that are standard on lots of cars.
Yeah, I know. Just the same. I want to look this car over. Left his ignition keys in.
You going to start it?
No. Just want to take a look at the dash. He said he got back from Abilene 10 minutes ago, didn't he?
That's what he said.
Take a look at that temperature gauge.
Let me see. Register's cold.
Yeah. Only it should be pretty warm if he finished a drive of a couple of 100 miles just 10 minutes ago.
Could have dropped back, Jace.
Not in 10 minutes, Sheriff. It's a cold morning, but not that cold.
Well...
I want to talk to Deneen again.
You see something else?
I sure do. Look at this on the frame of the door.
Service station lubrication sticker.
Yeah. Dated December 2nd, day before yesterday. 18,412 miles. The mileage on the dash shows he's driven less than 200 miles since then. He couldn't have been in Abilene.
Well, wait a minute, Jace. I admit that looks funny, but the man we were chasing, he ground out a cigarette, remember?
Well, what about it?
I've known Walter since he was a boy, Jace. He don't smoke.
Sheriff!
Oh, Mary Lou Simmons, phone operator. Who let you in, Mary Lou?
I told the deputy I put Mrs. Deneen's call through to you last night. He thought you might want to talk to me. Ain't it just awful?
You talk to her.
I was still on the line after you hung up, Sheriff. I heard it all, the shots and everything.
You hear any voice beside Mrs. Deneen?
No, I just heard her say, "Who are you? What do you want?" And then the shots. That was all.
You sure she said, "Who are you"?
Oh, cross my heart. I heard it as plain.
Guess you don't want to talk to Walter now, do you, Jace?
No, I guess not.
You are listening to Tales of the Texas Rangers, starring Joel McCrea as Ranger Jace Pearson. And now we continue with tonight's case, Dead Giveaway, an authentic story from the files of the Texas Rangers.
I didn't want to question Walter Deneen until I'd had a chance to check on his movements. The sheriff and I drove into town and called the Abilene police. The answer didn't fit.
Don't think there's any doubt about who he was, Ranger.
Okay, thanks. Thanks very much. Well, guess that does it, Sheriff.
Deneen was in Abilene, huh?
Uh-huh. Checked into the Harris Hotel yesterday about noon. Checked out again at 2:10 this morning, right after the police notified him of the murder.
Police could have spoken to anybody on the phone.
They didn't tell him by phone. Police sergeant went up and told him direct. Description of Walter tallies, too. Yeah, but there's something that doesn't tally, though. Mileage on that car.
Could be something wrong with the speedometer cable. Happened in my car a few weeks back.
Maybe. And I'll be back sometime tomorrow.
Where you going, Jace?
Abilene. As soon as I hit the highway, I put in a shortwave call to headquarters, station KTXA. Unit 10 to KTXA.
KTXA. Go ahead, Unit 10.
This unit en route to Abilene. Request Abilene police secure names of all contacts made by subject Walter Deneen, registered Harris Hotel there yesterday.
Will do, Unit 10.
Unit 10 sent piece of wire back to lab for examination. Any report yet?
Not yet. Wire and fingerprints both under study. We'll keep you informed.
10-4, Unit 10, clear.
KTXA, Austin.
When I reached Abilene, I got a complete rundown on Walter Deneen's activities. It was too complete. Like he was making sure his time in the city would be accounted for. One of the people who'd seen him was his attorney.
Why, yes, Ranger. Mr. Deneen spent several hours with me yesterday afternoon. We had dinner together last night. Went to the theater.
What'd he come to see you about?
Well, some investments. He's been doing a little speculating cotton.
Good or bad?
Well, it's client business, and I don't think I have the right to discuss it.
I can find out by checking with the exchange. I'm just asking you to save time.
All right. His losses have been rather heavy.
More than he could afford?
Much more.
He carry much insurance on his wife and child?
A normal amount, nothing large.
All right, thanks. One more thing. Are you sure Deneen doesn't benefit financially by his wife's death?
Ranger, he couldn't have gotten back to Ashton by 1:30 last night after we'd been out.
That isn't what I asked.
Well, Mrs. Deneen had a good bit of money in her own right. In case of her death, though, she had it tied up in trust for the child.
But the child is dead, too. What happens now?
Well, in that case, the entire estate will probably go to Mr. Deneen.
I made one more stop before I headed back to Ashton. I paid a visit to the garage at the Hotel Harris.
I keep the location of all guest cars on this index rack so we'll know which stores they're in when they want them.
Was Walter Deneen's car in here yesterday?
Deneen? That's D-I-N, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
No, there's no record of it. Was he a guest at the hotel?
Yes. Is there any parking lot around here he might have used?
Not convenient to the hotel, and parking is free here for guests, so I don't think he'd use a lot.
Neither do I. Thanks. Before I left Abilene, I called my headquarters. They had a report. No strange prints had been found in Deneen's house. The wire key looked like a plant. I hung up and made another call to Sheriff Ross.
I'm beginning to wonder about Walter myself, Jace.
Why?
He's been kind of curious about where you are. I told him you went to Abilene, just to see if it'd draw him out.
Good. How'd he react?
Kind of nervous. Then he said something about flying up to Abilene and back. Of course, he never did say he drove it.
No, but he gave the impression that he drove.
Well, even so, he was there when the killing took place.
Yeah, but the killer had the use of Deneen's car. Can you get your hands on the car?
Well, it's over in back of the funeral parlor right now. That's where Deneen said he was going just a few minutes ago when he stopped by to ask about you.
Well, grab that car and check it for fingerprints. I'll be there as fast as I can roll.
Oh, howdy, Jay.
Car all worked over, Sheriff?
Yeah, ought to have reports on the prints soon. Send them to Austin.
Find any strangers?
Quite a few of one set that weren't Deneen's.
If they belong to a professional killer, there's a good chance he'll have a record. Where's Deneen?
My deputies are out looking for him.
Why? I thought he was at the funeral parlor.
So'd I, until I went in to look for him after we finished on the car. The undertaker said he'd left more than an hour ago by the front door.
Must have spotted you working over the car. Come on, let's find him.
Yeah. Not at the house, not any place in town. Where could he be if he hasn't run out?
Trying to cover up for a couple of mistakes? He won't run, not yet.
Why?
Because his alibi is airtight. We can shake it, but unless we find the killer he hired, we can't shake it enough. He took a big gamble, and he's got too much at stake to run off.
His wife's money?
How'd you know about that?
Just thinking back. A little late. Folks knew Mrs. Deneen's family left her well off. Walter married her not long after they passed on. A lot of people thought the money had something to do with it.
Wish you'd remembered that sooner.
Well, Jace, they seemed close. And then there's the baby.
Baby was just something extra that got in Deneen's way.
Oh.
Never gotten any of the money if...
KTXA to Unit 10.
Maybe a report on the prints.
Unit 10. Go ahead, KTXA.
Have report on prints lifted from car at Ashton, Texas. One set identified as belonging to Joe Crofton.
Joe Crofton. Any line on his whereabouts?
Finished serving parole 4 months ago. Last address known to parole office was shack located western slope of Casket Mountain.
10-4. Unit 10, clear.
KTXA Austin.
Crofton must be the killer then, Jace.
I'll bet on it. How far to Casket Mountain?
About 20 miles, then turn south another 5. After that, well, we'll need horses if he's far up.
Should have brought your horse along the trailer with charcoal.
I can borrow one.
Crofton's going to be tough to take.
You sound like you know him.
I wrote the ticket for his last trip to Huntsville 6 years ago. That was murder, too, but he copped out with a manslaughter plea.
Better not take any chances, Jace. If he starts shooting, we'll have to toss it back dead center.
No. We got to take him alive. He'll talk to keep from burning once we get him.
Yeah, I see. If Walter Deneen paid him to do the job, he's the only one who can break Deneen's alibi.
That's right. So no matter what happens, we got to take him alive. Crofton's cabin was up, all right. Way up. The sheriff borrowed a horse from the man who directed us.
Quite a climb, Jace.
Well, not so bad following this wash, though.
Suppose he isn't there.
I got a hunch he will be. I don't think Deneen had enough money to pay for this killing. He was almost broke.
You mean he planned to pay off out of his wife's money when he got it?
Yeah.
Wonder how Walter arranged for him to get the car that night.
Not much to arrange. Left it near the airport with the keys in it. Crofton brought it back and left it in the same spot. Probably left the house key for him, too. Glove compartment, maybe.
Yeah. With the airport 40 miles from Ashton, nobody recognized the car or a strange driver. Come in at night, used an abandoned road.
Sheriff, look.
Huh? Hey, another horse left tracks in here, too.
Yeah. And they're fresh.
Ooh, boy. That must be Crofton's horse.
No. Ryder was taking the rough way. Just cut into the wash here to find a better trail. Crofton lives up here. He'd know the best trail.
Well, who else would be coming up here?
Deneen, to shut him up. Come on.
Yeah, here, boy. Not too fast, Jason. We'll spill.
You gotta risk it. Too slow, we'll be too late. We reached the shack and crept up on it. There was no horse around and no sign of life. Tried to draw fire by showing ourselves, but none came. We had to go in. All right. Hold your gun ready, Sheriff. And don't come in till I call you.
Right, Jace.
All right, Sheriff. Come in.
Nobody here, huh? Oh, wait a... Oh. That Crofton?
Yeah, that's him. Deneen got here first.
Jace, this fella looks like he shot himself. Gun's in his own hand. Now, what's his paper beside him? Let's see. Jace, he did kill himself. This note says so. Confesses the murders, too.
Sure it does. But Walter Deneen wrote that, and that note's going to hang him.
How do you know? You ever seen Deneen's writing?
No, but I've seen Crofton's before. He signed his name with an X. Prison records show he's illiterate. Never could read or write. Come on, Sheriff.
Gonna put out a pickup for Deneen?
We'll pick him up ourselves. He can't be far off.
But if he'd headed back down the wash, we'd have passed him on our way up.
He must be going across the top of the mountain to go down the other side. Come on.
Yeah.
We raked our horses as fast as they could move. We spotted a rider ahead of us as he topped the slope. He heard us because he looked back, then whipped his mount and disappeared.
He knows we're on him.
Got about 300 yards. We'll get him. Keep pounding leather.
Yeah. We're coming to the top now.
Keep low in the saddle. Watch out for an ambush.
There he is.
Don't go down too fast, Sheriff. Your horse will tumble in the downgrade.
Deneen was pressing too hard, Jase. He fell. Look.
Yeah, he scrambled behind the rocks. Whoa, Charcoal. Come on, Sheriff.
Who?
Hit the dirt. Let your horse go. Go on, Charcoal. Go on.
He's down under that rock shelf. Perfect cover.
Not too perfect. Bullets will ricochet back from that ledge behind him. See that dent in the ledge?
Yeah.
Draw your gun and we'll empty it on him. Hit right below the dent.
Aye.
All right. Let's hope for a billiard shot. Start firing.
I'm hit! Stop it! I'm bleeding!
Throw your gun out, Deneen.
All right. Don't shoot anymore. Here it is.
Okay, Sheriff. Let's take him.
I'm hit.
And I was sorry for you, Walter, up until a few hours ago.
You gotta get me to a doctor.
You're not hurt badly. We'll get you to a doctor. All I want to know is how you met Crofton.
Come on, Walter, talk up.
I saw his picture in the paper when he got out of jail. I made a deal with him a couple of months ago.
Yeah. A deal to wipe out your own wife and kid. Must be great to be as brave as you are. Get up, Deneen. You got a long way to go.
Walter Deneen confessed and made a plea for clemency. It was not granted. And on the 11th day of October, 1947, he died in the electric chair at Huntsville.
And now, here again is the star of our show, Joel McCrea, with another interesting anecdote about the Texas Rangers.
When the Allies invaded Normandy in World War II, they got an idea as to how far the fame of the Texas Rangers had spread. Both surrendering Nazis and liberated Free French said they knew the war was as good as over because the Texas Rangers had landed. Of course, it was the heroic American Ranger troops who made the landings. But nothing could convince the Nazi war prisoners that these were not the terrible Texans they'd heard about in many American legends. Good night, folks. See you same time next week.
Next week, Joel McCrea in another authentic reenactment of a case from the files of the Texas Rangers. Joel McCrea is currently seen starring in the Universal International Technicolor production Saddle Tramp. Tonight's cast included Tony Barrett, Lorene Tuttle, Mike Barrett, Hal March, and Paul Frees. This story was transcribed and adapted by Joel Murcott, and the program was produced and directed by Stacy Keach. This is Hal Gibney speaking.
Three chimes mean good times on NBC. Monday means music, fine music on NBC. Listen tomorrow for these great musical programs, the NBC Symphony and the Band of America. Be sure to listen Monday as Milton Katims conducts the NBC Symphony Orchestra in a full-hour concert of the finest music on the air. And listen, too, for Paul Laval conducting the Band of America every Monday on NBC.
Phil Harris reminding you that next it's Theater Guild on NBC.